The Hero Guide series returns today, and our hero of focus is Levi. Before we get into the video, the skin that you see on the thumbnail was kindly provided to me by the devs, and it is actually one of the skins that will be coming to the game in the near future. To be exact, you will see this skin in the update after the next one. So basically, 2 updates away. And by the way, it is a galactic skin as well, so it will definitely be part of the mid-season update in the next galactic themed season. Just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of it, and with that said, let's begin by very quickly going through Levi's abilities. Thermovision is the first ability, and with this ability, the hero's movement speed is reduced by 70%, and they gain the ability to see and shoot through walls for 9 seconds. Their piercing power is also increased by 10, and knocking out an enemy gives an ability charge. But remember, the hero cannot shoot for half a second after activating this ability. Next up, we have Team Heal, whereby the hero's movement speed is reduced by 50%, and they restore 72 health per second to all allies within a range of 400 over a period of 9 seconds. During this time, all incoming damage is also reduced by 40%. Using 4 personal gears increases this damage reduction to 48%, so I definitely would advise you to use 4 personal gears on all assault rifle heroes, as I will mention in one of the future points in this video. Levi's third ability is called Huntress. The hero's vision is improved by 150, and they also get an increase of 25% to their damage and maximum health. On hitting an enemy, Levi's aim range is increased by 25%, and the enemy hero's fire rate is reduced by 40%. Both effects last for 3 seconds. And her final ability is called Stun. On killing an enemy, all enemies within a range of 400 lose 99% of their vision range and movement speed. Passive bonuses for this ability include reducing the aiming time of all allies within a range of 400 by 60%. That brings us to the end of the abilities. Let's now look at some tips and tricks for using Levi. And first of all, we need to realize that the current meta requires you to use at least 4 personal gear on all your assault rifle heroes if you can. This increases how effective your team heal ability is, and basically allows you to survive longer, since the incoming damage is reduced by almost 50% when you activate the team heal ability. Without 4 personal gear equipped, the team heal ability is not as effective. The second tip is all about staying close to obstacles or walls. Levi is a slow hero in general and has bad vision, just like the rest of the assault rifle heroes. And this means she will not be able to easily get away from faster enemies if you get caught out in the open. So staying close to walls and obstacles will allow you to easily take cover immediately you detect enemies approaching your position. In addition, it also makes it less likely to be destroyed by enemies like Raven and the snipers who have a lot of vision. Speaking of taking cover, make it a habit to peek around corners of walls or obstacles. This allows you to hit enemies without taking much damage or even being seen by the enemy. In the fourth tip, we look at the right way to use thermovision. Do not immediately aim at the enemy when you activate thermovision. Start by aiming to the side, then activating thermovision and turning your gun towards the enemy. This creates an element of surprise because your gun will start firing immediately your crosshairs appear on the enemy's head, leaving no time for the enemy to get away. Remember, there is a slight delay during which you cannot shoot after activating your thermovision ability. This trick works even better for Slayer because his gun takes more time to aim. Putting thermovision aside, movement is also important for Levi. As we discussed in one of her abilities, Levi reduces the fire rate of enemies during gunfights. So this means the enemy will take longer than usual to knock you out. Combine this with good movement and you will win 95% of your gunfights with Levi. For the 6th tip, the important items you must pick up on the map include explosive rounds to make sure you're doing more damage, since shooting through walls reduces your final damage on the enemy. You also need to pick up the extended magazine to allow you to take maximum advantage of your stun ability. I've seen situations where Levi runs out of ammo and the stunned enemies either get away or take her out. And finally, you need to understand that piercing power really affects your ability to take out enemies behind walls. We discussed this concept in a separate video which you can find at the bottom of the video description. And that brings us to the end of the tips and tricks for Levi. One final tip I can give you is to practice. That's the only way to ensure that you actually apply these tips in real matches and improve with time. Let's now look at some possible Gearsets which can work well on Levi. I will provide 2 sets for those who have not unlocked personal gear, and then 2 other sets for those who have at least 4 personal gear. I've left videos at the bottom of the description where we discussed everything about gear and how to unlock all the types of gear, including personal gear and squad gear. But getting right into the possible sets, first up is a set without any personal gears. And in this set we have the combat headband for more aimed fire range, the Bionode hat for more piercing power and armor penetration, the spiked shoulder for more armor penetration, the Bionode leg for a faster aiming time and less fire spread while moving, the third knuckle for more damage to health, and the exploder for more aimed range. This set gives you a long aimed range and a good amount of armor penetration. Since the 2 set gears equipped increase your armor penetration by 2. You will also notice that the Bionode hat will appear in all the sets I'm going to provide. This is because it increases the piercing power and armor penetration of Levi, and especially the piercing power, which is very important for Levi. For the second set, we have another set without personal gear, and in this set we have the Bionode eye, which increases movement speed while aimed and also reduces bullet spread without aiming. We have the Bionode hat, which increases piercing power and armor penetration. We have the Bionode arm, which gives a faster reload. We have the Technic pads for a higher fire rate. We have the third knuckle for more damage to health, and we have the Bionode rod for less aimed fire spread. The 4 set gear in this set increase your armor penetration by 2 and also give you a bigger clip size, which is important for Levi. For the third set, we have a 4 personal gear set optimized for maximum aimed range, and in this set we have the Woodland patch for more aimed range and less spread while moving. We have the Bionode hat for more piercing power and armor penetration. We have the Woodland whip for a faster aiming time and more armor penetration. We have the Woodland boots for a higher fire rate and less aimed fire spread. We have the Woodland cut tag for more vision, and we have the Exploder for more aimed fire range. Our final set is another 4 personal gear set, and in this set we have the Bionode eye, which increases your movement speed while aimed and also reduces your bullet spread without aiming. We have the Bionode hat for more piercing power and armor penetration. We have the Woodland whip for faster aiming time and more armor penetration. We have the Woodland boots for a higher fire rate and less aimed fire spread. We have the Woodland cut tag for more vision, and we have the Woodland radio for a higher maximum health and less running loudness. That brings us to the end of this hero guide. As I mentioned earlier, don't forget to practice, because that's the only way to put the tips into practice and master them. If this video was helpful, here is a few other videos you might like.
I just wanna be free, yeah, chase that. I got a new obsession, it's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't wanna do the same thing, I wanna be progressive.